Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be doing a rundown of a solo shuffle game for you. This was like a 4-2 game. It was okay. Not super high, like I think it's like a 2500 lobby. Um, just before we get started, I'll show you my talents. So these are the ones I'm running with. So I did make a change that I hadn't tested beforehand where I dropped Omen of Clarity. Um, and I really did feel a massive change in the energy flow that I had, and you'll see later on why this is a problem. So, yeah, let's get into it. So, for reference, I always play King of the Jungle. I think King of the Jungle is probably the best talent we have, especially when you're versing like hunters because they have pets, obviously, and adding those extra pets increases the healing we take, and just because our defenses are fairly average, it is a really good talent to have. So we decided that we want to go the Hunter. Now the reason that I chose to go the Hunter was because he has Mending Bandage, and if he's stunned, he can't use Mending Bandage, which means I can actually get some burst off. Obviously not as bad as if you're a rogue, when they can, just Trinket and Mending Bandage a death mark. It's kind of shit. So what I'm doing here is just waiting for the Hunter to come out. He scattered our healer, and he was going to go for a trap, I believe. And this was kind of a shit round. I remember the guy just got one shot, so not the best round, but I think we probably should have lost that. If the game was played correctly, I think we would have lost it. So in this next one, we have, this is the Survival Hunter and myself with a Disc Priest, so it's jungle versus KFC. And in theory, we should win this. But the issue with this game is that we're not on voice comms, so jungle is better than KFC if you're coordinating well, and we are just not going to be coordinating well because we're in a solo shuffle. So what I'm doing here is I'm going around the outside because I want to avoid all the flares, and I want to wait for that hunter to pop out, because when the hunter pops out, he's going to do big burst right out of stealth, and I can hopefully interrupt some of it. So I'm skating around the side. Doesn't bother me too much that he's been trapped. Dodging a flare there, and then we're going to open straight away. Now, what I'll try to do all the time is disrupt the Mistweaver as much as possible. So now that he's popped his True Shot aura, he's going to go for his big damage, so I save a stun for that. Big mistake here. So our hunter's like on 0 HP, and the priest hasn't reacted like at all. Like, it's good that he didn't because the guy totaled, but you would ideally hope that he had some sort of CD up for when True Shot Aura was popped, when Sharpened Blade Avatar was popped. His didn't pop anything, which was really bad. So the Mistweaver and the Hunter have made a big mistake here because they're stacked so closely, and I'm just spreading bleeds and getting heaps of pressure. So when a Mistweaver stands really close, I like to punish them as much as I can. So swapping over here, giving him a quick stun. He was out of range of the banner, and because of the being out of range of the banner, the stun was enough to basically take the hunter down. Now we've got a Kitty Cleave versus Double Hunter. We should win this like every single time. Just they DR with each other. They have a lot of damage, but in reality, we should win this every single time. Monk's having a little rage in the chat below. Standard. Standard for any healer who's losing. So here I'm gonna skate all the way around the outside because I want to avoid the double flare. So I'm gonna save my dash because I want to be able to dash in as fast as possible and get as much uptime as I can. So I told him to go hard on the priest because going hard on the priest is gonna make the hunters pop out. So I don't want the survival, I want the marks. He's used his spear, which is bad because we want to go on the marks hunter. So yeah, I mean this was a little bit bodged. Luckily they were stacked together, so I got a double stun there. I got a double rake, which is awesome. And one of my bad habits is with hunter roots. I don't know why in my head I just don't see that the hunter has rooted me. So here we've got True Shot Aura. We've got the hunter's got his range damage thing up. I have responded by pressing my big wall, which was probably a good choice here. This game shouldn't last that long that I'll need it, and they're not going to do any more damage than they are right now. So spreading my bleeds, and straight away I've noticed that the priest has swapped, and I'm going to go put a little bit of pressure on him now. So getting him dotted up, I give him a bash. I copped an enormous amount of damage there. So what I'm doing here is swapping to the priest, putting some pressure on the priest, and the hunter is dying in the background slowly. Now here, this priest made a mistake and started casting at 20% when he pretty much had every CD and he toppled over. So, I mean, look, since I changed, since the patch came in, and all I've been doing is playing my druid just to cap, my MMR's dropped a lot. So I'm like in the 2400s, and everyone plays like shit. Like everyone's making so many mistakes, like myself included. I haven't been playing my druid enough to be like super drilled and just nailing everything. Hunter, toxic, sick. So this, I feel like I don't know if we win this. I feel like it's even. What I need to be doing here is trying to disrupt them as much as possible. I think if I had Cyclone, I could be really disruptive here. So I'm avoiding the flares, trying to get around the outside. I want to get that double rake again, which is something I always like. I'm really good at spotting when people are doing stuff like that. So there's done his true shot aura here. I want to ideally try and stop this rapid fire that's going to come out soon, and I hope I do. So the warrior has done his blade stormy thing. I popped on my big wall so I can stay in cat and keep doing damage. Trying to get as much damage out as I can here. War banner's up. I want to kill it, but the hunter does it before me. So the rapid fire, I'm too far out of range to bash it, which is unfortunate. Quite a lot of damage from that. Now this is where the change in talents made a big difference. Because I've been raged energy starved because of the change of redropping Omen of Clarity, which makes clear casting proc a lot more. I wasn't expecting to be energy starved, and as a result my dots dropped. So this was a big mistake for me. Still doing a lot of damage, but you know, there are gaps between my dots, which is not what we want. So Hunter is in his dome, and he's been robbed out by the Mistweaver, which is really good from the Mistweaver, but unfortunately he left a little bit of a gap so the guy could stand in it. Bit unfortunate. Now at this point, all I can do here is try and put roots on the warrior and hope that it doesn't break. But the warrior is now on his third DR, so I've got one root left, and our Mistweaver is trapped. Big damage is coming out onto our hunter. He has no sack for the next 6 seconds. He does have exhilaration, but our Mistweaver doesn't have cocoon, and I don't have bash, so I can't save him. Oh, what is happening there? Yeah, I don't have bash, so I can't save him here. There's not a whole lot we can do. They played better than us, and now he does have his sack. Sack is up, putting big damage again. Like my bleeds have dropped. That's why I put like a 2-point rip up, which is really bad form. I don't think it made a whole lot of difference in here, but you know, if this game had gone any longer, mistakes like that would have really been a problem. So bash is up now. I've got that warrior rooted again. His blade stormed straight out of it. Again, my dots have dropped. It's so bad. Yeah, I've played really bad. So now I'm in the Rudy thing. I forget what it's called. Spirit Bastion. And I've gone into bear form for a little bit. At this point, he's just copped a big hit and died. So, I mean, the biggest mistake for me was obviously dropping my dots. I did pretty well keeping the warrior rooted at times that were important. And, I mean, I don't know what else I could have done. Maybe, yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one. I feel like that maybe we should lose that, especially with a Mistweaver healer. I just don't think we win. This is just me checking to see my dot uptime, because I remember playing this game and thinking how poorly I did. Now we have the Marks Hunter, myself, and the Priest versus the KFC. Again, this could go either way. In a coordinated environment, I think we win this. I don't know why I opened on the Mistweaver. I think wanted to try and get as many cooldowns out of him as possible, but then I saw he got trapped, so I swapped off. So that's our dome. And we've got our dome up, we've got sack up. Our hunter is at about, I don't know, 15%. Totals up, sacks up. Priest is holding his cooldowns. At this point, we needed probably a little bit more. Yeah, that PS was maybe a little bit late. I think the PS probably should have come in a little bit sooner on that hunter. And the hunter really needs to be going for traps here. Like, oh, beautiful, he did. Kid, what else can you say? Again, I'm dropping dots too much. Like, I'm just not keeping them up enough. I don't have enough uptime. I've got a kick on the Mistweaver, which is nice. Again, like, just need to get these dots up faster. Like, I haven't been playing my druid. I'm not drilled on it, and that was a really short kick. Not sure why I did that on 3-point. Really bad. I think at this point I was like getting a little bit, I don't know what the word is, anxious, tilted. Scatter on the warrior, probably not the best choice, but whatever. This was a really good opportunity to kill here. Got the kick on the Mistweaver. The intervene on the warrior pretty much saved him there. There was no way he lived otherwise. The hunter mending bandage there, so removed all of my dots. And that's, you know, lots of globals to reapply them. And that combination of the intervene and the mending bandage is what saved them there. So, yeah, I mean, we lost that. They played way better than us in that game. So we'll skip to the next part. So this is our 6th game. Currently 3-4-2. Yeah, 3-for-2 at this point. Priest eats a CC, which is fine. They're stunning our warrior. We pretty much have to win this every single time. Like, here, Yeah, I barkskin like so late. I probably should have barkskin, and I overlapped with paints up. Really, really delayed there. That was actually really poor reaction. I didn't even realize until I just watched that how bad that was. Got a really early turtle, which is like super good, like really good position, getting dots up here. And light proc at this point is like massive, doing so much damage to this Mistweaver. We got him to cocoon himself, which is like super big. And then we can just go in and bang on the hunter. So, yeah, we should have won this every single time, and I'm pretty sure we won this. So, yeah, that's awesome. At this point, hunter's kiting us around really well. And I think about here he'll drop. So I walked into that little cloud to actually clear any bleeds and poisons off myself. In case you're wondering. At that point as well, I noticed that our healer was coming off trap DR, so I wanted to get behind the pillar and pop that before he got trapped, and then we're going to go back in. Keep everything dotted as much as we can. And this was a really, really good rot. I almost died here, and that was like no one's fault, but really, really risky, and I barkskin probably a little bit too late on that. Bite proc, really lucky. Another bite proc, super lucky. And that's GG's. 4-2 on that lobby. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, just let me know. Drop them in the comments below. Cheers.